I received an anonymous tip telling me my wife was with the guy she told me not to worry about. My wife, let's call her Sam, 36F, and I, 40M, have been together for 5 years and got married last year. We definitely have our ups and downs in our relationship, but we're generally happy. On Friday, she went out with people from her work for Christmas drinks and arrived home around midnight, absolutely hammered. She just said she'd had a good time and went straight to bed. Yesterday, I got a message on Instagram from an anonymous account claiming to be one of her colleagues, saying she had been flirting all night with one of the guys from the office, 44M, and they had left together at about 9 to walk to the train station. The colleague had a couple more drinks and then went to the station herself. She says she saw my wife walking hand in hand with the guy through the station at about 10:45, so nearly 2 hours later they were still together, and they didn't see her. Last night, I showed her the message and asked her for an explanation. She claimed she was so drunk that she doesn't remember anything that happened after about 8 p.m. I asked if she went somewhere with the guy after they left the group, and she checked the location history on her phone, which confirmed that they had gone to a bar near the station for about an hour, and then they later arrived at the station at 10:40. She gave me her phone and insisted I check it, and there were no suspicious messages or anything. As far as I could tell, she doesn't have the guy's number in her phone, and they're not following each other on Instagram or friends on Facebook. I asked if she was flirting with him, and she admitted that she was talking mostly to him all night. She explained that it's because he's the only person in her office she has anything in common with, and they're just friends. She insisted it wasn't flirting. She's mentioned this guy to me before and said how much they have in common. I asked if they were holding hands, and she said she doesn't remember, but she doesn't think so. She claims to know who sent me the message and says it's a woman in the office who hates her, although she doesn't know why. Today, she's been in a terrible mood, and we've not really spoken. So that's where we are, and I'm not sure what to do. Is this as big a red flag as it seems to be? Update 1. Sam came home from work on Monday and casually said that she had spoken with a coworker, Tom, and he had confirmed that they hadn't held hands. They had just been walking arm in arm because she was drunk and wearing heels. I asked why her colleague, Helen, would make an Instagram account, track me down, and message me, saying they held hands if it wasn't true. She said Helen is basically in love with Tom and made a pass at him just after his divorce, but he rejected her. I asked why Helen would feel threatened by her, and she said it's because she and Tom are friends, and Helen is a crazy, jealous person, as evidenced by the Instagram message. I asked why she went for a drink with just Tom, and she said that according to Tom, they walked past this bar with an amazing band playing, so they stopped in for a drink. Her only regret was doing too many shots too early and getting wasted. The next day, she went shopping after work and came home with a new dress. I asked what the occasion was, and she said her work Christmas party. Last week was just drinks with people from her office, and the company Christmas party is on Friday. Apparently, she had mentioned this, but I can't recall. I hardly slept that night. The next day, I decided to reply to the Instagram message to get some more info. I asked, do you think anything's going on with them? Helen, I assume, quickly replied with a long message, saying that they flirt at work, and everyone's noticed. Apparently, Sam was going to be let go, but Tom put in a good word, so she kept her job. Tom protects her in the office and will constantly defend her. She also said that Sam complains about me to the entire office, and it's clear we don't have a happy marriage. I asked if she was going to the Christmas party, and she said she was. She mentioned that she'd update me if anything happened. Sam finished work early on Friday, so she had time to get ready. She looked amazing, and I really didn't want her to go, but I felt like I couldn't say anything. I got an Instagram message around midnight, saying that Sam and Tom hadn't interacted at the party, but people from the office had decided to leave and go to a different bar. They all left just before 11 and were at the new bar by 10 past, but Sam and Tom turned up just before midnight. Sam arrived home at about 2 a.m., not quite as drunk as last time, and went straight to sleep. I pretended to be fast asleep, and then later I looked at the location history on her phone. After leaving the venue, she had taken a 3-mile detour to a residential street, stayed for half an hour, and then gone to the bar. I sent the address to Helen. She didn't reply until the next morning when she said it was Tom's